but I was saying that the stream looks very handsome.
There we go. I like handsome.
Hey, everybody, this is the voice of Agrode, and you are listening to the Splinterlands AMA. And we are getting a little bit bigger and better in the way that we are able to deliver these. We're getting some more faces on here, and we got some more team members in the background. The goal for this is to go kind of catch the community up to speed with what we're doing while we're doing it, and give as much feedback to everybody as we can, give you guys a chance to talk to us, and of course to go spread the news and spread the joy about Chaos Legion, and get everybody pumped and excited for it, because it's coming. So I'm the voice and face that you're looking at right now. I'm Agrode, and I'm one of the founders. I'm the CEO. My partner Matt is not going to be on voice today, or he's not going to be. His face isn't going to be live today. But Matt, do you want to go say hi for people?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Great to be here as always.
All right. So that's Matt. That's one of the co-founders here. We got another, our newest wizard, one of the hardcore people that are really helping to like design and run the website and try to keep this whole thing operational, is a guy by the name of Richard, who goes by Hardpoint. Hardpoint, do you want to say hello to the folks out there?
Hey guys, glad to. Yeah, can you hear me?
You can't just wave. You got to go say hello too.
Oh, I'm saying hello. I'm here, and I'm waving for all the people watching the stream on video. So, hey guys, good to be here. I'm gonna have some exciting news for you today. Look forward to sharing in a little bit.
Perfect. And then we have our creative director, Nate. Nate, do you want to go say hi for the folks so they can recognize your voice too?
Yeah, howdy. This is Nate, creative director. For those of you who are not watching the video stream, I'm doing jumping jacks right now.
Yeah, constantly, we're all a bunch of purebred athletes back here, and we're all in perfect shape. And you should just envision us that way.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, so I like to. Do we have an agenda for what we're doing in this section? Is this different? Are we organized?
A team update.
We have a team update. Well, where should I be looking at that, or what? Do you send that to me, or is just everybody's giving a team update? Yeah. All right, we'll go person by person. I didn't know if there was a formal update. Like we said, we're getting like way more organized as we're doing all this stuff. So, I guess a high level, Matt, is there anything that you'd like to kick us off with from the development team and sort of what you're seeing out there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna generally let Hardpoint take most of that, because he's really done a fantastic job of leading all the development efforts, and he has tons of stuff to share. But again, it's been similar to what we've been saying in the past AMAs, that we've been bringing more people on, and a lot more things are starting to happen in parallel, and so we're going to start to see a lot of new stuff dropping. Like we're targeting like a 3 to 6 month time frame for just like really getting everything ramped up, and like all this stuff that's just been waiting and piling up to just start coming out, and then with a lot more stuff also that hasn't even been on the roadmap previously.
Awesome. All right, well, that seems like a good intro to Hardpoint. Hardpoint, do you want to go kind of catch us up on servers, programs, platforms, development, roadmaps, updates? Like there's a lot on the radar. I know support's on your plate too, so you probably got the biggest update out of all of us. So why don't you kind of go line by line and hook us up with what you want to share?
Awesome. Thanks, Aggie. I'm excited. I know you guys I've been introed a couple times over the last couple of weeks. So if you guys haven't had a chance to hear that, you can go back and check out our old AMAs. I'm not going to cover stuff that's out there, but VP of engineering here. And I've been taking a bigger role in the organization, helping to organize things. So I've been helping run our corporate side, and I'm helping organize our support side. And then I'm doing my best to support Nate and his crew, and Chatter, who will be on in a little bit, giving you guys a bunch of cool updates that we've been working on this week. So just kind of really the secretary of the group here, trying to make sure everybody's enabled, empowered, and running fast and hard. So one of the first things that I really want to touch on, which I think the community will be really excited to hear, or at least some of you will be very excited to hear, is hiring. People have been asking me, hey, are you guys hiring anybody from the community? How do we get in on the action? We want to come help you guys. You guys are cool. You're doing cool things. What can we do? Well, good news is we're working on that. And the bad news is we're not ready for you yet. We're trying to get in place an ATS where we can inbound your guys' resumes and review them and make sure we don't drop any balls there, and that we give you guys the best.
You can't say ETS. What is an ETS?
A system. Sorry, a system to help us organize your guys' resumes and make sure that we give everybody a good return. If you guys take time to talk to us, we want to make sure we give you guys a good response, so you don't just dump it in a mailbox that we never respond to. So we're trying to get a system online for that, and we don't. So hold your resumes right now. We will be communicating publicly with the positions that we have open, which ones they are, and how to submit your information. So if you're interested, don't spam us right now. We're going to get the right place for you to do that so that we can go through them properly and get you guys involved with us as soon as we can, because we've got a lot of positions that we are opening and hiring on. So we're looking for that talent, especially those of you who have talent and you love the game. That's the people that we love the most. So good place to start.
I want to echo that sentiment, just that, like, hey, we would prefer to hire out of our community. I mean, just to be flat out clear about that, if two people have the same skill set, but somebody's been playing Splinterlands for a while, like, it's a hands down winner that we want to go work with a person for Splinterlands. There's a lot to this ecosystem. It's a lot to get caught up on, and we just feel like it's going to make the transition to helping and being, going from your learning stage in crypto and blockchain and Splinterlands in particular, we think you can get off the ground and running. So hopefully that's good news for the folks that are listening, that, if you're looking for a gig, it will actually help you to have been playing video games for the last while. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
Okay, keep rolling. I got to get through all this so I don't end up being the Hardpoint show. I want everybody else to get a chance. I'm going to try to burn through this quick. So one other thing too on the corporate side though, guys, and this is just kind of, I don't want to bore you with all the details, but I want to say one thing. We are quickly expanding our organizational structure, security, communication, the way we do all that and organize all that, the way we empower people. We have a lot of initiatives going on internally to just kind of bump this whole thing to a whole new level. So just know that's going on, and you're going to hear a lot of cool things coming out over the next couple of weeks as we get organized. Let me jump over to support real quick. So this is a near and dear thing for every player. So if you haven't interacted with us through our support team in Discord or Telegram or one of our other platforms that we provide support directly to our player base, you guys, if you haven't been around, we've been buried. But let's talk about that. We talked about last week how the team was starting to get organized. I want to kind of dimension some of that for those out there who love stats and numbers and like to think about that kind of thing. We've had over 6,000 tickets in the last 30 days. The team has resolved 5,000 tickets in the last 30 days. So, those support people you're interacting are busting their butts right now, trying to make sure your guys' issues are resolved as quickly as possible. And we still have, though, outstanding over 3,000 tickets, and we are rapidly moving through those tickets, trying to identify criticals, ones that involve money, and try to get you guys prioritized in there and get you through the system as fast as possible. And we're trying to take everybody's tickets seriously, but we're also trying to look at the ones that are burning holes, and we're going to try to address those first. But that prioritization is an ongoing process for us, and we'll be talking more about that. But I'm excited what the support team is going on. Really cool thing for the support team, for those of you who aren't aware, we've begun a full-on training program internally for the support team to really help ramp up the existing staff to be more knowledgeable and to help resolve issues faster. We're working on a whole new triage process to handle inbound tickets. Our hope is that instead of you guys having a significant lag when you submit a ticket, that you're going to at least get an initial acknowledgement. You're going to get asked some questions to help us better triage your issue much quicker. I don't want to promise any times right now, but we're definitely working towards a much more responsive support organization. We are also internally taking on some of the support staff that you guys have worked with recently are getting promoted. They are getting brought on full time, and we are bringing quite a few of them on, and that's in process right now. We will be expanding the support organization in the future, but please don't spam us about that right now. Like I said, we're still organizationally getting to the point where we can handle and evaluate people. And you will hear more from me about that. And I'm really excited about that. One thing I just want to tell you guys, the support team really killed it this week. I threw down some big challenges for them to try to help me get through these tickets and triage this, give me numbers so I can present it to you. And they really put in some extra time this week to make that happen. So definitely give them a big high five if you see them. They're really busting their butt right now. And I know there's some still frustration out there with people that have lagging tickets. We've got tickets still unresolved from August, to be honest with you, that we're still struggling through. So just so you know, we're working hard. The team's working hard. And Biz and the support guys, man, they're just killing it. Make sure you guys just keep showing them love and your support. Also, I just want to throw out, we're also just last moment on support. We are identifying all the bottlenecks. So some of the reason those ticket counts really high, there are bottlenecks inside the organization. Some of them have to do with the fact that we're dealing with lots of money. And so we're working on identifying people and promoting people and that we can rubber stamp your guys' tickets and get that turned around a lot quicker in the future. So that's it on the support front. You'll be hearing more on that in the future. On the development front, which is probably more fun and exciting to you, we're still, the top priority is Chaos Legion. The team is working hard and fast with creative marketing, Matt and Aggie, to get Chaos Legion ready to go next month. So I hope you guys are excited. Chaos is coming, and it's chaos to get chaos, which is very ironic. But we're hard charging. Development has a Cryptomancer and Matt. That's one of their top priorities, is to get that rolling. So as you guys saw last week, some of the drops, and I'm sure you guys will see some more. Hopefully today, hopefully in the future, you guys start seeing some more stuff there. But that's our development's one of our top priorities. Also, on the other side of that, in parallel to also getting Chaos Legion, we have several guys, Call Me Tim and Kbux, some of our top guys that are cranking hard and fast on stability, monitoring, improving things. And that's myself as well when I have time. So we've been focusing on two fronts. One has been market stability for you guys. So on that front, we've really identified the market as one of the places that's causing a lot of trouble in the game, and people have had some frustrations around purchasing items, and you go to purchase an item and it gets rejected because someone else already did. We are aware of that. We are rapidly working on a much better system for market. We're hoping to lower that latency so you see a lot less of that. We're also working hard to make that marketing screen pop for you guys and expand its capability in the future. But right now, we're just building it out, getting ready for Chaos Legion. As I said before, we're expecting a lot more rentals to happen once Chaos Legion goes live. So we're trying to get the market ready for that. I also tell you, if you guys have done a lot of back and forth with the bridges we have to other crypto chains, that is one area we are working really hard to get lined up. There's a lot of systems involved in running a crypto business and making sure those transactions happen between those bridges between chains. And we're right now on the team working to better monitoring and stabilization. I have some cool things that we're working on that front. I'm going to talk about them in the future, but we are aware when those things go down, they're frustrating for players, but we're working fast to try to get those issues resolved, to make it very clear to you guys what's happening with your money and your assets, and making sure it's really easy. And we're just working to reduce support's load when you guys don't know what's going on. So a lot more information going to be showing up in the game for you to tell you what's going on eventually. So that'll be coming. I think that's it on me. I'll pass it back to you, Aggie.
All right, fantastic. Well, Richard, hopefully the audience is with me and being really excited about having you here, and just knowing that there's more people on the dev team, more work getting done, more stuff getting cranked, and that touches so many different avenues, like all the different tooling that different teams have. It's not just, one dev, one place. We really got a whole bunch of other pieces in the background that are just tools enabling us. Let's see. Chatter, are you there? I'd kind of like an update for marketing. Are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Ron.
Yeah, yes, you're
muted. Is his voice all right? Ron?
Let me know if I'm good to go.
I'm not hearing Ron respond to me, but all right. But I think I can hear you okay. So, Chatter, why don't you give us a quick update?
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. I'll make it brief one here. So on the marketing side, we've been working really hard with Hardpoint, Nate, and the rest of the team, just to really kind of provide clarity and as much visibility as we can to you guys. So a lot of the changes you're going to be seeing are some changes to the docs.splinterland.com. That's going to be providing a bit more of a rundown on kind of what we'll be discussing in each AMA, any platform updates, releases, kind of so on and so forth, just so you guys have visibility there. We'll also be reworking our public CMS system to allow for some subscription and automated syndication too. So hopefully a lot more posts will be going out from our side to kind of all of our different platforms, and you guys will have a lot more visibility there. And just the last kind of point on transparency too, we're going to be working on potentially updating a landing page or some pages on our website to actually incorporate a newsfeed and like a release radar. So all of the changes that are going live from the dev side and everything will be visible kind of in the game. You'll be able to go and read the patch notes, so on and so forth. So hopefully that allows us to kind of disseminate all the information to our entire community. I know that Discord only makes up a kind of portion of our overall active playing base right now. So the goal is really just to make sure that information is accessible to the entire community as we go on there. From the actual marketing side, we're working on several partnerships this week. So we'll be launching a partnership with XPS or Expansion next week. They're going to be whitelisting a whole bunch of their NFTs for you guys. Those will all be for free with the goal of kind of just cross-promoting each other's communities. We're going to be setting up a tournament with community gaming, which is going to be early December. We're working on a prize pool, but hopefully that will be kind of low to mid 5 figures for you guys. We've just partnered with FinStreet, which is an India education platform for crypto. They're going to be launching a whole bunch of courses for us as well. I think they have about 1 million active users right now. And then another one that I can release right now is CryptoBots. We just had a call with them yesterday. They're going to be minting a line of Splinterland CryptoBots. And again, that's just going to be some community promotion and everything on that side of things. But we're in talks with, I would want to say, 15 or 20 different partnerships right now with different companies. So a lot more to come on that side of things. On the other side, we're working on getting listed on a lot more exchanges. Can't release too much information there, but get ready for a whole bunch of press releases. We're going to be doing a whole bunch more work there to hopefully add more liquidity to our token, as well as to kind of give you guys more options in terms of how you want to buy your tokens there. DYGYCON kicking off on November 20th. Waffles, Kitty has been doing a fantastic job on that, as well as kind of Tanzo, Ron, and a couple other people on our team. So big thank you to the team on that. Please come join us at DYGYCON again, November 20th. And then lastly, we have an NFT art contest if you guys didn't see. So every week, the winner of our art contest for the kind of Splinter Talks side of things is running that. Has a chance of minting their own NFT with Splinterlands itself. So super cool updates there. Doing a lot of work on the marketing side of things. We're kicking off ads pretty soon here. Working on a whole bunch more updates with influencers and affiliates and everything. But again, more to come here. Super stoked on the community, guys, and just look out for more updates.
Awesome. Thanks, Chatter. Sales and marketing often go together, so I'll follow Chatter here. I'm working on a number of pretty large partnerships. Some of those are with exchanges. Many of those are recently with guilds. I'll tell you, I've been spending an enormous amount of time talking with various guilds this morning and at different points during this. And it's just been crazy how many of these different groups have contacted me, tried to get we want to bring a Discord full of 40 to 80,000 people here, and we want to make all these things happen, and it's exciting. And in the past 10 days, I've gotten maybe 8 or 9 guilds that have reached out to me. So I can't quite tell if they're just getting frustrated with Axie maybe, and they're saying, hey, we want to divert. They'll literally tell me we want to diversify outside of Axie. So I don't know if it's a frustration with Axie, or it might be that the industry is getting big enough where the guilds are more routinely raising money, and so they're just more able to expand into other games as well. Or maybe it's that Splinterlands is getting enough attention now that they're just getting they're getting the vibe that they ought to be here too. I don't know which of the 3 of those it is. Those are my leading 3 suggestions or implications, but yeah, it might get pretty crowded in here pretty quick if we're onboarding, another up to 8, 9 different guilds that have 40 to 80,000 people in their Discord, and they want to be part of this organization. So I'm encouraging them to kind of get started slowly, get a couple cards on the market, rent a couple cards, see if they can get into the game and understand this, and then hopefully we'll see them come in a bigger way. So that's some of the stuff that I want to talk about. There are some pretty big stinking partnerships that I think I can announce fairly soon, hopefully by the end of the month here. But yeah, it's exciting times, exciting stuff, and you know, these are cool days to watch this whole project kind of expand and take off. Personally, I was at the NFT.NYC for the past couple days and just give a fun little presentation. It was a 5-minute thing. Got to go smash a toilet in the middle of Hell's Kitchen one evening with my buddy Ken Bozak. That was pretty fun. And it's just like tons of meaning. And I got to go meet a whole bunch of players, and that's really rewarding to me. You know, guys come up and they're like, "Hey, it's Splinterlands. I play Splinterlands. I love this game." And they're just like really enthusiastic about it. And it's awesome. And it just warms my heart. So a couple big partnerships on the way. I'm hoping that we'll onboard a bunch of these giant guilds, and it should get a little crowded. Should be awesome. All right, now I think one of the favorite parts of all of this is when Nate goes and shares with us a little bit of eye candy. Nate, do you want to talk about some of the things that you're working on, and then you know, then we all just stare in awe of what you like to show us?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'd like to ask about the toilet. Why were you smashing toilets?
Yeah, so
you didn't see the video, Nate?
Did I wait?
Somebody want to put this thing into
Yes.
the chat? It's just on my Twitter.
Please share this. We've got to stop this whole live stream just to see this.
Yeah, so
You
I
gotta
went
fast forward a little to get to the fun part.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys weren't smashing toilets in the middle of New York, but that is what I did. So I look, I'm an old man, and I normally just go to bed. I get to these things, and I'm like, nobody cares. I ain't got no time for this. But on this night, I actually went out, and what I actually did was I went out for some Thai food. And everything, it was like 9 o'clock, so everything was closed. So I ended up going down towards Hell's Kitchen to go get it. And I passed like a club, and I'm like, oh, look, this club looks like it's filled with a bunch of DJs. And I didn't know that there was a party there. I knew there was a party, but I didn't know it was NFT.NYC related. But I'm like, these people look like DJs. I know who these folks are. Anyways, I passed by it. I go get some Thai food, and then and Ken Bozak, and he's got kind of an entourage that's with him. They're saying, "Hey, Aggie, come out. So come join us. This is where we're going." So it turned out that it was like the party that I passed on my way to Thai was like this big, you know, one of the Genesis meetups or something. And so I head back that way, and they have a van parked outside. And there's like a guy that's literally holding a flame trumpet. Like, I've never seen a flame trumpet before, but he hooked up like a propane burner through his trumpet so that when he was like, I guess it's a trombone. It was a trombone. So when he's going, when he's doing all that stuff, like freaking flames are like spitting out of this thing. He's got speakers, and it's heavy metal kind of stuff. And you go in there and you smash things. So
okay, wait. So Agro, you're confronted in a situation where there's a dirty van, there's a toilet, there's a guy with a trumpet, there's fire. Your first instinct,
I want to be in there. Why can't I be in there?
I just want to clarify.
Yeah. No. The only thing that van was missing was a sign that said "free hugs." Wait a minute. It would have completed me.
Wait a minute. I just saw this. I was watching this video, and I think you're wrong. I think you are an athlete. The way you were tearing apart this toilet is crazy.
Oh man!
That was rage or something, but you nailed it.
I was so terrified. There are like 60 people. Normally, I don't get stage fright. So like, I've been doing like high school musicals forever, and like, my school's always had like a 3rd grade play, and you get in front of people. So like that part doesn't scare me. But in front of like all these DJs, I'm like standing there with this toilet. I'm like, it's porcelain. I've never smashed porcelain like intentionally. I don't know how hard this thing is going to be to break. I do have this sledge, but man, like how embarrassing would it be if after, so like right before me, it was like this 4'5" Asian woman that like got a little bit of plastic to smash, and she smashed the hell out of it. It was great. And then it's like me as this 240-pound man with a sledge. Like if I can't kill this toilet, it's gonna like reflect badly on me. That's all I'm gonna hear from people is like, wow, you really sucked at smashing toilets. And like, that's what people will know me as. And I was terrified of that. So for the first time in a long time, I actually had a little stage fright. And it's because I had to go demo a toilet in front of 50, 60 people. I don't know. So I went swinging. I was like, all right, I'm not like, dancing around this thing. I'm going to smash this freaking thing. And it felt great.
Ron, I just shared this link to you. While we're talking, can you see if we can put this video on the stream? Just this like 3-second clip where you see Aggie just nailing this toilet. I just feel like people that aren't near have to see this. We can keep going with updates, but maybe Ron, if we can get the YouTube video, is it possible or is that hard? Okay. Well, we'll keep going, but we got to do this little clip I just shared so you guys can appreciate what we're all talking about here.
So yeah, when I was smashing the toilet, I literally mean smashing it with a freaking sledgehammer. And yeah, it definitely crossed my mind of like, oh, this is a stranger. Who knows? They might just be here to abduct people. But it looked like it was associated with a party. I didn't confirm it, but I didn't really care because I just wanted to smash things. I had heard about this stuff. It was like this to me is something like pure millennial of like, you walk into a truck and you get to smash things, and that's how you get your anger and frustration out. Like, growing up Gen X, we never had this stuff. It was, this is like a newfangled thing. So
here we go. He's just sharing this right now on the stream. It looks okay. You guys are watching this. You got to see this. This is from someone that said he wasn't an athlete. So just watch this.
Yeah, the first one hit it. The second one like went through the whole freaking toilet. And I was like, okay. And then it was just, the rest was like, all right, I've already done my job. I could hear the music is playing loud. There's a freaking flame trumpet outside of it, kind of like Mad Max style. I don't know if you guys watched that, but there's like a flame trumpet. There's like heavy metal. I'm smashing things. And even still, I could hear the crowd cheering. And I'm like, okay, I have not embarrassed my clan. I have not embarrassed my tribe. Yeah. That was fun.
You rocked it. I could see already all the comments going on about how this is going to play into the game at some point through Nate's wizardry. So we're going to end up. Chatter just threw this into chat, and he said we need a Cobalt Miner card with a skin smashing a toilet to to enter the game. I'm not saying it should. I'm just saying what an idea it is.
Great. Yeah, definitely need more memes about me out here. That's exactly the next thing we need.
Yes. Can someone please create a meme for him smashing the toilet, please? We got to see this.
I guess the one last thing I had about all my trip stuff was I gave a 5-minute talk, and the first minute I'm out there as Dr. Blight. So if you go check Ken Bozak's stream again, he was kind enough to get it. I think Bitcoin Queen has it too. But I go out there in character and tell them they're all going to die. And that's how I started.
That's phenomenal.
What are you going to do? You just like so many of these things are like you stand there, you give the PowerPoint presentation, and you're like, well, in 4 months, this is the absolutely gorgeous thing we're going to create. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to crypto. You're going to raise billions of dollars, and there's not going to be anything that works like 4 to 6 months from now. It will look gorgeous. You'll make millions. And there'll be lots of upset bag holders because that's really how crypto works for most of this. But even still, it's just like I wanted to go do something that was a little different. So I just walked out in costume and didn't even have any backdrops or anything, and just started ranting at them like Dr. Blight.
All right, that's cool. Between Dr. Blight and the toilet smashing, it does have very Mad Max vibes to it. So
yeah. That's the future.
From a creative standpoint, and I noticed in the chat there that lots of people, admired the hat. Unfortunately, Yaba screwed me out of a Yodin card because now he gave the link. Now anyone can get the hat. But actually, I'm wearing, for those of you who can see, boom,
Nice.
I'm representing my shirt. And speaking of shirts, this whole toilet smashing thing might haunt you, Agrid, because I did add a shirt to the shop for those who saw. Let me see. I'll put it in the chat here. Let's see. How do you like that?
What have you done, Nate? It's still loading. Still loading.
Okay.
I'm sitting here. Oh, push and shove. There's not enough for everyone. I love it. Oh, I need it. FOMO, FOMO,
So we're
FOMO, FOMO.
I love it. I love it.
I'm telling you, my real job here is I'm the chief promotion officer. Like the only thing that I'm here, like not really. It used to be that the only thing I was really here to do is FOMO. Now I have to be like, look, guys, honestly, calm down. You're probably not going to get enough. I'm sorry to hear this. There are not enough cards for you, and you're just going to have to deal with that. But it's got to be like it used to be FOMO. Now it's like toned down expectation management.
Well,
But I like
let's
that
get
shirt.
some let's get some more of that FOMO going though. Nate, you wanna serve some eye candy? I think some people are ready for some eye candy.
Absolutely. Where should
What
we
are
start off?
what are your
Okay,
high
so
priority projects, Nate? Just before I know Richard's getting you there, but I just want to let's preface this. What are the big things that you are working on to help get into production? High level.
I would say, yeah, the biggest thing right now, just like everyone says, is Chaos Legion. That one is at the forefront of right there. But right beneath that is just our ability to scale the company to where we want it to be, to meet the vision that we have for this business, which we are now able to successfully do just because of the growth and the revenue and just all of it. The success we've had so far is just going to breed more success. And we're doing that through the hiring process. So, every day I'm either in the midst of interviews or finding people or talking to people or onboarding new people or trying to see what can we do to make the game better and better and better and better. And to also address all the crazy ideas that Agrod has. So Agrod, besides, and it's funny because the other day, I don't hope you don't mind if I share this, Agrod, but he doesn't usually pop in and insert too often what he thinks should be in the game. But the other day he was instead of a Minotaur, you wanted a Llamator, half llama creature.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at first I was like, what the heck? But the idea has definitely been growing on me. In fact, I've been thinking about it. So
Nice.
about how this Llamator is going to be presented to the world.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Minotaurs are a thing. Everybody knows about them, but there's very few Llamators in the world. And you can find like unicorn everything. You can find catacorns. You can find dogacorns, whatever. That's been done to death. But Llamator, I mean, hearing everybody talk about Llama-Cron is what got me into this. Like Llama Golem, Llama-Cron, like Llama everything. But what we don't have are Llamators, and we need them. Llama chicken.
Absolutely. So I'm on board with the idea. We'll figure out something out cool there. But the point being is that if any of you out in the interwebs has an interest in the creative side of the business, then that is something I'm actively looking at right now. I know a lot of you guys who are players have already applied, and I've looked at that. I'm accounting for that. I'm putting your names in the hats, and the hiring process is not anywhere close to over. If you want to improve your chances, what I would recommend is that you take existing Splinterlands content, or you find ways to, instead of, because I got to dig through so much. If you want to stand out from the rest, the best thing you can do is, rather than show me a portfolio of just the stuff you've done in the past, show me how passionate you are by taking existing Splinterlands content. Just, save some images from the web, or just come up with something new, but try to find something Splinterlands specific that tells me, oh, wow, yeah, okay. Looking at the portfolio, it looks like you might be able to do what we need, but this tells me, yes, you can definitely do what we need. So it's spanning from animation to graphic design to environment design to narrative to, animation, all of it. I'm specifically the top of my list is probably UX and UI. That has probably presented the biggest challenge for me. I've gone through so many different candidates, and when they see the native files and they see everything that's happening that people don't realize is all the screens and layouts and the pop-ups and models and notifications and how everything works, and just the DeFi and the GameFi and just the whole ecosystem. When they look at it, they go, whoa, yeah, that's a little beyond me. And then, you know, some people have even just cut off on the Zoom interview halfway through, like, no, this is too hard, this is too much. So I need someone who could really take a bite into the UX and UI aspects of a multi-layered game that has that kind of functionality like we do have. And the other big thing I'm looking for is probably a narrative editor. We're putting together a great team of narrative writers and designers and character developers and things of that nature. And I could really use an editor to help, you know, polish things up as they pump stuff out, so I don't have to keep doing it. But yeah, there you go. For those of you who are interested in being part of the creative side, as far as eye candy, we are here. Saria gave me this link. She was kind enough to wake up early and get this sorted out. Usually we do it in afternoons, but she wanted to make sure that we had something for the AMA. So I'll post this in here. Our latest story has just hit the internet, Splinter Talk. For those of you who want a close-up view of this cool character, let me drop that in. Her name is Viviana, and she is, for those of you, I'll try to keep this brief because it's lore related and everyone doesn't care that much about the lore sometimes, but believe me, lore is coming to the forefront of this game, whether you believe it or not. It may not be tomorrow or next month, but very soon it's going to be important. So Viviana is investigating the disappearance of the Wizards Council, which is the people who kind of protected the world. They were the Avengers of the Splinterlands, and they were the ones who kept hidden the secrets of Praetoria. Everyone thought it was just an island up until now. When the Wizard Council disappeared, so did the Veil, and poof, the island became a huge continent. And whoa, what's up with the continent? It's weird. It's different. It's not like the other continents in the world. So Viviana's gone to investigate to see not only what the deal is, but also what are these rumors about the mysterious Dr. Blight. And in that story, you'll find that she comes face to face with this evil. Let's see, what else we got here? Now, we did promise last time that we would share some Chaos Legion stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the empty cards. No stats and abilities, but that's okay. You guys got plenty of stat abilities last time with Dr. Blight. So we'll start off with a little bit of Earth. Here is a cool, and this goes to show little by little, we are getting the artwork to where we want it to be consistently. And I think this is a good example of that. So what we have here is what's called a Regal Periton. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And that is obviously for Earth, and it's like a flying antelope, flying. I don't know what it flies though. So there you go. You could probably rest assured it probably has the flying ability. Here is, I like this guy because he is he's a werewolf, but he kind of has it under control. So as you can see, he has very beastly. If you looked at the lore tab, you'll notice that his feet are all furry and clawed, and so are his hands and arms. But his face, you can still see the human side that he's kind of kept it together. Let's see what we got here. We've got okay now. Here is this is the summoner for the Earth side, and unlike the last two were defenders. When Chaos Legion arrived, those two characters came to defend the lands. The next two characters are not so friendly. They are part of the invasion force, and what do you know it? The summoner is part of that invasion force, and her name is Obsidian. And what's curious about Obsidian is she kind of takes earth magic and twists it to where originally most of the earth factions in the Splinterlands used earth magic to grow things. They use things to they take the earth, the soil, the dirt, and they grew trees and they grew plants and they healed and they did nice things with it. Obsidian, when she came to her story, her backstory involves more. Hey, let's just rip the earth up out of the ground and throw it at people. Let's kill people. What's the most effective way to kill the most amount of people? So Obsidian's not as nice. And so there you go. So and then that leads to a legendary. So if you guys want to take a look at what a legendary looks in the Chaos Legion, this is nightmare fuel. This is she's definitely not the
Oh
prettiest
my
to look at.
gosh!
Yeah.
Wow.
That seems like that's a good fit for the Earth Splitter.
Oh, that is okay. That's awesome. But
Does
how
does she have
she's
COVID?
nature.
It's COVID, right? That's what.
Wow.
So
Dave,
this
that is
is
terrifying.
Queen Mycelia. Oh yeah, it definitely is. Queen
Now,
Mycelia is with the invasion force, and
Nate, is this one going to be animated eventually?
Well, here, you want to see an animated version? Let me see.
Oh yeah, yeah.
see-
Show me. I want to show me an
Is that-
animated version of her because that's just nightmare
Can I
fuel.
call
This
that?
is-
What do you call the things out of her neck? Are those like ganglia? What would you?
Oh, that looks awesome.
What's a term for that? Right, it's in her mouth
Oh,
too.
I love it.
It's like worms coming out of her face. That's so grotesque.
It's really weird because it's very pretty, but then when you really start to comprehend what you're looking at, it really kind of just does your mind a double take on like what am I seeing? It looks pretty and I'm like terrified at the same time.
And I like the animation with like the little bit of red splatter everywhere. I know we've mentioned this before, but when we see this stuff, like we just let Nate do his thing. I mean, the way that this company works, to the best of our ability, we give incredibly intelligent, hardworking people challenging problems to solve, and then we get out of their way. And so when Nate is showing this art, it's literally the first time that I've seen it. I'm betting it's the first time that Matt has seen it. I'm pretty certain it's the first time Richard has seen it. Maybe not, but it's freaking awesome. Nice job, Nate.
I'm actually on purpose. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
No, I was going to say this is unusual where I've actually got to see these because I need to see them to make the card stats.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that the fun thing for me too is when I come on the stream, I love being excited, to see these art for the first time with the community, because like last night when you guys docked Dr. Blight last AMA, it was just FOMO for me. I'm playing the game and I'm seeing these cards just like the players are, and I was super excited and seeing this art is phenomenal, Nate. Well done.
Well done to the art team. There's a lot of people involved and this has been brought up before. It's like, hey, why don't we give credit to the artist? Why isn't their name on there? Well, it honestly, it is a huge team effort. I mean, the person who does the sketch concept is maybe different from the person who does the line art, who is different from the person who does the coloring, who is different from the person who did the artwork for the frame, who is different from the person who's doing the animation. I mean, it is honest to goodness a very big team effort, and I'm very proud of the creative side of things and the team and how hard they work. And collaboratively speaking, we're getting more and more tight meshed and creating a stronger, more streamlined workflow, which will allow us to continue not only putting out content faster and more impressively, but also more and in new, different, revolutionary, different types of ways. So, hats off to the team. Now, Queen Mycelia, just one last thing about her. She is a queen, and she did invade, and she does have an army. So over the course, maybe not with the initial launch of Chaos Legion, I think there's one Mycelian infantry type character, but there's a whole bunch of these fungusy, ugly looking weird creatures that will be introduced either as reward cards or maybe in the next Rift Watcher set or what have you. So just keep an eye out for all the little minions that Queen Mycelia looks after. So I don't want to take up the whole thing. So here, I'll just bang this out as fast as I can. Let's take a look at here are some nice, pretty looking death cards. So death is one of my favorites.
Nice.
So this is the Silent Shavi. The Silent Shavi. Now you'll notice from the backgrounds are slightly different between invaders and defenders. This is a defender background for the death. And this guy is native to the Splinterlands. He kind of exists in two worlds, kind of the shadow realm. He travels in shadow and then strikes from a shadow and then disappears again. And then we have let's see.
I don't know if this is a criticism or an applause, but the black right underneath the skull and the card frame here, because it's the skull and then this like dark black, it kind of looks like a mustache. I'm not saying it's a mustache, but it kind of looks like the skull has a mustache. Do you see what I'm saying?
You mean its nose opening, its nostril thing?
Well, yeah. Well, right underneath the nostril, you have the 3 teeth, and then underneath that, you have like the thing that comes down, a little circle, and then comes back up, kind of a little bit pointy. That looks to me a little bit like a mustache. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, that was intentional. It's to support mustached people. All right, and then we got. Have any of you guys now? I'm a big fan of Guillermo del Toro, and so when even though he didn't direct it, he just produced it. A recent movie just hit the theaters called Antlers, and I told Rainey, I told my wife and kid, we got to go see that. Anything that Guillermo has anything to do with, I got to go see it. So we went and saw it, and it was. I won't spoil anything, but it's about the Wendigo, a Wendigo creature, which is terrifying. I mean, it's the mythology behind the Wendigo is absolutely terrifying. And so this character, you can kind of see the similarities. We call it the Cursed Wendigo, which is the Splinterlands version of the Wendigo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to have nightmares playing this game. Jeez.
Yeah, no, we're getting a little more gruesome in this.
Now, is that Nate? Nate, is that an eyeball I see hanging off of what he's eating? Is that what I'm seeing?
Because
it's an eyeball, isn't it?
Because check out the animated version. The animated version kind of makes use of that little eyeball.
Oh,
it kind of like.
Oh, that's awesome!
You can see it stretch a little bit.
I have ocular pain looking at this.
It's like a little yo-yo.
It looks awesome. I love it, Nate.
It's like the cherry on top. You know, those for Wendigos, the eyeballs are like cherries. They're very, very, very yummy. All right,
don't yuck his yum, fellas. Don't yuck his yum.
So those two were defenders. I know death doesn't always look like, hey, like they're defenders. They look like scary under the bed creatures. But in reality, if you have an invading force like the Chaos Legion coming into your world and ready to annihilate everything, then sometimes the scary monsters are the best defenders. You know?
Ron!
Wow, that's
great.
Ron with the stash. Ron with the snake stash. You realize, I'm not even going to say it, but you realize this is going to end up being a skin, right? Probably. I'm going to say probably. A stash skin for the snake.
We need NFTs that do little overlays on the characters. So just like Snapchat filters. Okay, I want them to have glasses. I want them to have ears. I want them to have a little mustache.
No, you guys are going to make the narrative team feel really good about things. They're going to.
Yeah, can't wait for the lore on how a snake is. I wonder how the lore for Snake having a stash is going to come about.
Here we're crafting this world with depth and all this drama, plots and subplots.
All we want is mustaches
and here comes
cat
Hardpoint
ears.
and Aggrod with, hey, let's put glasses and a nose on the guy. Let's put some. No,
hey, Nate. It's only because we love you. It's true. It's only because we love you do we enjoy this so much. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Biz is saying maybe we need some less scary ones because we do have some people that have kids that play this stuff. So
Now I would say that the Wendigo is probably as far as we push the boundary, meaning that we stray away from showing other than that one card, probably most cards you're not going to see blood and extreme violence. And even the Wendigo, we can go back and we can reevaluate, but that's probably as far as we push it. And since it's not hyper realistic art, it's 2D art, then hopefully it's not as big of a concern. But we'll take things as we go.
just put it on the radar. That's pretty cool though.
Thaddeus Brood is who I'm sharing next. This is the next two cards. The first two death cards were defenders. The next two are invaders. So that includes this guy who is a summoner.
Nice.
So that is your new death summoner for the Chaos Legion.
He's beautiful.
Oh man, it is.
And
very
then finally,
I want to know about the skull. What creature is the skull? Is that like a llama goat? What is it?
yeah, maybe that's a good origin story for the Llamator. Is they take vengeance upon this guy who's been killing llamas. So I guess we'll see. I can imagine.
Nate,
I think
I hate to ask this.
Yeah,
I hate to ask this, but is he holding a spine? Is his staff a spine too? Is it? Or it looks like it looks like a. No, no. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't putting something in there.
It's just a very twisted wood.
Okay.
So, all right. So this is the one that that Matt said that he liked. At least I think so. So since a founder is saying that this is one of his favorites, we've got to share that one. So this is Djinn Mirat, and what you'll find is that we've shared Djinns before. Djinns were introduced with the latest batch of reward cards. And you're going to find that it's not the last Djinn that we see. However, what makes this Djinn unique is the fact that almost all the Djinn have a strong, fierce loyalty to the Splinterlands and defending it. This one Djinn betrayed that code and decided to join the Chaos Legion when they arrived because he just enjoyed all the death and chaos that was going on. He just wanted more of it. So, the other Djinn hate this guy.
Is this a legendary card, Nate?
Yes, it is. It is legendary.
Is there something you're doing in the art that tells me very quickly that this is a legendary?
Yeah, it's the little gem in the middle. It's that gold gem is what indicates that it's a legendary card.
Okay, I'm still learning.
Yeah, but do you think are there ways that you're developing the creatures and the characters and the art such that they look somewhat different or look more majestic or look more powerful? Is that part of how you design these cards?
That definitely comes into play when we hand off the artists a description of the visuals and what we want to see. That is also information that is shared. It's like, hey, this is intended to be a legendary card, or this is intended to be a common or a rare card, and they do factor that in. In addition to that, we also change up how much time we invest in different characters. So if it's a legendary or maybe a summoner, we say, look, we want full body in case we want to share this on social media or on the website, or we want to animate it differently. And we also want more time invested to make sure that it looks cool. So yeah, so all of that is factored in.
Also the names, it's not always the case, but generally, the higher rarity cards might have like actual names and not just like what it is, like character names.
Definitely. So I'm trying to see if there's anything.
Should we talk about? I don't know if you have anything to show for them yet, but should we talk about the fiends? Because I think people, would be excited about that.
Did you say themes?
Yeah, the fiend cards. It was your idea.
It was theme cards. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Fiend.
Oh, Fiend. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, sorry.
So as we were as Yaba was going through the cards and trying to sign and balance and this is something I'm extremely proud and happy about, is the fact that usually the artwork is made, it's slapped in front of, put on Yaba's lap, and he's kind of forced to try to figure out, how do I assign stats and abilities to not only where I'm balancing the game, but also to where the abilities make sense for the visuals. And sometimes the artwork was not always, given to him in a way that was, able to be balanced. So this time around, we gave him more artwork, and we're continuing to make even more artwork to make sure that if it looks like the creature's flying, then it actually flies. If it looks like a ranged attack, it looks like they should have a ranged attack. So we want the visuals to match the abilities as much as possible, and that wasn't always true in the past because Yaba was so limited in the artwork that we were able to provide him. But this time around, not only in addition to having more artwork, we've had the flexibility and the just because we're able to do it. Yaba had this great idea that, hey, why don't we integrate? And Yaba, can I share the mana and whatnot, or you want to keep that one under wraps?
No, that's what I wanted to talk about. So maybe I could just talk about that real quick. And I don't know if you have any of the artwork done or even sketches. I haven't seen those yet. But, so basically, I mean, we've seen a lot of people talking about the chicken. The Furious Chicken has been one of the most important cards in the game at 0 mana. So we want, now especially when we're going to have the modern format, the chicken will no longer be included. So, we definitely wanted a replacement, but rather than having one 0 mana neutral card, because we don't want a bunch of 0 mana cards to be able to be used, so just kind of like one. So each of the 5 main splinters is going to have a 0 mana legendary card, which it will be some type of fiend, F-I-E-N-D, fiend. So it'll be even more important. Not just to get one rare reward card, but you get your Chaos Legion packs, and you'll have chances to get these legendary 0 mana fiends, one for each splinter. And it also means that there's going to be 2 legendary cards for each basic splinter, as compared to the 1 in Untamed and Alpha and Beta in the main set. So more legendaries, and you'll want to get your 0 mana fiends, and they're all going to be, I mean, stat-wise, better than the chicken because they are, legendary, but, similar. I think they're all going to probably have one ability that, is more useful than the Enrage on the chicken. So they will, they'll be helpful in battles, not in addition to just taking up that last spot. But so that's the plan for that. So it just might be more, more incentives to get and open your Chaos Legion packs, because as with the chicken, I expect the fiends to be pretty highly valuable in the game.
Yeah, I don't have the final colorized version, but I'll show a concept sketch. This is the very beginning stages, guys, so subject to change. But the final line art and colors are being worked on and should hopefully be done within the week. But this is just a sketch of, this one's the corpse fiend, which is the death side of things. So they're definitely scarier looking than the chicken. And you'll notice that there's a little circular orb on its back. All of them are going to have some sort of essence orb attached to them, or on their back, or somewhere on their chest or something, and that's to signify how they were created. And I won't get into that now. They have a cool backstory, though. Once I get the finished artwork, I'll share the backstory.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
Sure.
I also want to mention that in wild format now, you will be able to use 2 0 mana cards in battles, because in wild format all the cards will go, so you can do a chicken fiend combination there if you have 2 extra spots.
Okay.
Nice.
So we are at the end of the first hour. So I know that Hardpoint wanted to get one more thing out. I think that's still the case. So Nate, I'd like it if you can wrap up.
Sure.
And then Hardpoint, if there's anything else that you want to share, great. And then we'll kind of end with Matt and see if there's any final thoughts from Matt. So, but we're in final wrap-up mode because we're already running a little bit late for the first hour.
Makes sense. I mean, anything I have can be shared on the next AMA, so I'm not too concerned.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Nate, thank you for sharing all the eye candy. That's fantastic. This stuff looks freaking gorgeous. Mild concerns around just a little bit of gore being added for the people that like to share this with their kids. But maybe there's something that, there's skins or something that we can do that, maybe there's a parental filter. And if we want some of the cards to display as no eyeballs, maybe it could be a yo-yo or something. And then it could actually, whatever. But anyways, all right. So let's go to Hardpoint. Hardpoint, what do you want to bring us up with, or what's the? I know you got a couple plans or schemes here. Is this something you want to bring up now?
Yeah, I do. I want to bring it up now because I want to kind of test the waters with the community and see how interested they would be in it. I teased it a little bit this week in a Discord post and talking about how I added a little quality of life enhancement to our marketplace where you could sort the cards by mana. And, I said that was kind of the hint of something I've been working on. So I want to caveat this heavily, and I know it won't matter, but I want you guys to hear it, is that what I'm about to say is something that I'm going on a limb to try to push some boundaries here and push the game, push the development to another level, and start trying to knock some things off our plate that we've wanted to do for a while. I'm going to kind of throw you guys the high level concept, and I will provide a much more detailed write up as long as that if everybody's once excited about it, then I'll keep running with it. But I'm kind of going to test the waters here with you guys in the community. My whole concept is I would love it if I could start talking and getting feedback from the players and having them help me drive quality of life enhancements. And what I mean by that is me and Nate have been discussing the possibility of us doing a lot of little fixes to the game to improve things, just little buttons here, little additions there that have been long-standing requests in the player base. And so I'm kind of working on a concept that involves where we would kind of solicit information. Everybody would kind of give us ideas from the community. We go through that. Me and Nate would vet it. We would find the things that we could actually do that also align with the spirit of the platform and where we want to go. Then what we would do is go back on a live stream together, me and Nate. We would go through these ideas, present them back to you. We'll talk about them. We'll talk about what we could do. And then we would do a question and answer at the end. Get your guys' feedback on that. Take that list. Let us kind of take the feedback, run it through the washer one more time. And we're not going to put everything out. It's all about what can we do, what could we do, but it's all sourced from the players and the community. And then what we would do is we would take this and we would create a page on the site that is what I'm going to say is calling the SPS Governance Alpha. And this page would have that list of all those items. And the players who are staking SPS could then use that stake SPS to vote on which items they want to see done first. And we would leave voting open for a certain period of time, and then we would close the votes. And then what we would do is over the next 3 to 6 months, development would be working on trying to grind through those things as we have time around our other priorities. So I don't know if this would be interesting to players to be able to have use SPS as a true governance and interact with us and participate in driving some of our priorities in a small way. But I want to throw this out to the community, see if there's interest. It's something that I personally think and very passionate about, is trying to have a doorway for the community into the game to help us. You tell us, do you want a button on your card screen where you can lock all your cards with just one click? Or, do you want a button when you're playing a battle and you don't want to see the animation, you want to skip right to the end? You just want to jump when you place a battle and you're like, hey, I wish I just have a button that just takes me to the result and I don't even have to go through some animation. So those kind of little things, we're talking about one button, one little tweak here is what I'm talking about. But it's something that I'm guaranteeing you that as a player myself, that could make a huge deal in the game. And make this just so much better for everybody's lives. So if people are interested, feel free to @ me, and I know I'm going to asking for it with this, but I'm not going to answer everybody, but @ me if you like that idea, @ me if you love that idea. So if you do, I'm going to be watching those coming in over the next couple of days. And if you guys really like that concept, then I'm going to keep pushing that over the next couple of weeks and you'll hear more about it as long as the community is really excited about that concept. So anyway, do you guys think about it? Let me know. You guys are the players. You guys are the ones living in this game 24/7. So you guys let me know if that's something interested.
All right.
Yeah,
I
want to just add on to that, a little bit, just like, because we haven't talked about this a lot, but there is a lot of work going into like the SPS, DAO, and governance stuff kind of in the background. So working on the smart contracts on the Binance Smart Chain side, and then other things like getting the beginnings of the Oracle system going, which is something we hope to announce with before the end of the year, I would say, where players will be able to run the Oracle software or like validator software, and the SPS token holders will vote on who gets to be the validators for a particular period of time. Very similar to how the witnesses or block producers work on Hive and EOS and DPoS chain. And then the validators would be responsible for validating transactions in a much more decentralized way. And then they'll earn rewards. There's an SPS reward pool, and there can be transaction fees and things that go into that. So, it's all stuff we've talked about and put in the SPS white paper, and just wanted to mention that it is being worked on, and there will, be a lot more SPS governance stuff coming out in parallel.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, I want to throw one more thing out real quick, just for everybody that's wondering. So what I'm looking for right now is just, do you guys like the idea? So @ me, just whether you like the idea. We're going to obviously have a lot of feedback, so I will be both telling you guys more details, but if we like the idea, I'm going to have a tool to handle all the ideas so I can sort through them all. So I will communicate how to get those ideas to me. If the community just tells me you like the idea, that's all I want right now, and then I will communicate much more detail in the future. Just getting that out there.
All right, Matt, anything you want to do to take us home for the end of the kind of team session here?
Oh boy, I don't know. I don't know what to leave off on because there's so much stuff. I guess that's what I'll leave off on, the fact that there's so much stuff. So we have a lot more people working. It kind of, until pretty recently, was like mostly me. We had Cryptomancer doing some of the features, but like now we have other people that are doing releases. They've taken care of production issues, working on all this stuff. So which frees up other people's time, like my time, to do the card stats and kind of be more ahead of things and designing them ahead of time rather than scrambling at the end. So it's just there's like I mentioned, there's SPF governance stuff happening. So it's just like way more stuff is just starting to happen in parallel, and it's not all bottlenecked on like one or two people. And this is hopefully just going to get more and more in the future.
All right. Do you have a set of questions? All right. So here's the questions. These are from last week, and actually this week is a little bit weird. I gotta get to my school so that we can meet up. So we got to power through some of these questions. I might have a little bit less time for like the AMA kind of at the end here, but let's see. So I'm just staring at the developer or these questions, development questions. Crypto Banter mentioned in one of his segments that there's a rumor that Splinterlands is talking to Ubisoft. I know you won't admit this is true, but can we get a wink if something's up? I mean, we were part of the accelerator program that was roughly a year ago. I haven't stayed too up to date with them. But yeah, like I know people at Ubisoft and have a nice relationship with them. Any plans to update the Dark Energy Crystal CoinGecko exchanges so the price is more accurate? Currently, it only shows Uniswap and Tron Trade exchanges, and so DEC prices on CoinGecko peak 10% higher than actual prices on PancakeSwap and Hive before suddenly dropping 10% again. That's something that we can take a look at. hello, just calculated your team's revenue from Chaos Legion Edition. The revenue will be $4 million, and there will be 15 months to release the packs, which makes this total revenue is $60 million. Just wonder what your plan is to properly use this amount of money. Well, it's probably not really $60 million. It's probably closer to like 45 to 50 because we're doing discounts, bonuses, and things like that. And what we're doing is building this game. I mean, the whole goal is to go hire more devs, hire more content creators, get more creation or creative folks out there to help market it. And then not only do that, but we want to have parallel teams developing additional games. So we need money to grow. I mean, what I would point to is like, hey, in this first part, the token holders got vouchers worth 16 to 25. So I would turn it back to the community and say, hey, you guys just got airdropped $20 million this month, not over the course of Chaos Legion, this month. What are you guys going to do to help the game? I mean, that, it's not just us, that we are a whole community. Everybody has stake in this thing. Anybody that owns one card is a stakeholder in this project. It's not just us, it's all of us. So, we're gonna help try to build and develop things. My question is, what are you gonna do? Come help us grow. All right, the growth of the game is currently overwhelming the tech support staff, and missing crypto has been reported by multiple players. Wait times are more than 1 month now. Is the company taking a hard look at resolving these cases quicker? Are there more senior support staff being hired to help with larger amounts of missing DEC, SBS, like myself? What are the plans? If you could please share as many players. Patience is running thin. Would appreciate a response, please, and thank you. So Hardpoint addressed this earlier, so I don't want to go into too much detail, but yes, there's more staff, better tooling, and we have gone through, thousands and thousands of support tickets, and we know we have to keep going faster. Metaverses are coming. Is Splinterlands preparing for that? Yeah, I'm personally investing in one of them. Some people group us as a metaverse too. We'll see what technology develops. Getting full live metaverses is not going to be like an overnight thing. And then when it is an overnight thing, maybe that's the point where we'll go white label something and get our own metaverse to go attach to the Splinterlands, because having all these different ways to communicate and participate is great. Maybe we'll design one or build one. We have to get new products on the shelf, and maybe that's something that we'll do, but that's certainly not like the next thing on the list.
Well, with the introduction of land, wouldn't that, owning a piece of land within our ecosystem and then being able to explore Pretoria to an extent might be considered metaverse-y?
Yeah, well, that, like I'm saying, people put Splinterlands as part of that whole metaverse, but I think we're missing more in-game communication. We're missing in-game voice. You can't really like travel around, so we're missing a couple of the components. But we have this whole ecosystem, we have this whole lore, we have this whole game, we have this whole community. So one of my goals, I've been talking a little bit about the assembly line, and I think we're finally getting to the point where we're getting in front of, or we finally have paid a lot of the technological debt to have the amount of growth that we had. So now we're better able to handle that, which means we can get back to the feature development. We're bringing on more devs, so we're going to plow through these things quicker. It's going to take probably another month or two to onboard the people, but then once they're onboarded, they can start cranking this stuff out. And if they're cranking it out, I don't want to get 5 months out and be like, well, there's nothing left for you to do. Thanks for working here. Goodbye. Because that's not good for the ecosystem. It doesn't make sense for the devs, and that's not the vision. The vision is to go build lots of tools and products. So my goal personally, as one of the lead designers for the game, and I kind of start the whole assembly line with design. I want to go get a bunch of designs for parts of the metaverse. I want to get new expansions. I have other games that I want to build, and get whole teams to help us do that. We really have an engine for this. So I do think that metaverse is on the list. I don't think that they're super well developed yet, so I kind of want to keep looking at these things. But yeah, making the oasis of Splinterlands seems like a pretty fun goal. Are there plans to bring DEC value close to its pegged value? We're not going to do anything different than what we have been doing, as far as I know, to go change DEC values. The most likely thing that might have an impact on DEC value, from what I can see, is when we get into the wild format and the modern format, because that introduces a new DEC reward pool, and it is more inflation of DEC. So maybe that has a downward pressure. But if all these people are earning it, more people are trying to fight over it. It might actually have a more powerful pressure. I don't have any crystal balls for these things. I mostly know that modern and wild would be a moment that tests this ecosystem to see where prices go. I don't have a crystal ball, but that would be one point where more inflation is added. All right, cost to own power is very high at the moment. Do you think that Chaos Legion will make the cost to own power more affordable? Personally, I want to own enough power for Gold 1, but at the current price of $1 to $35, $1 equals 35 collection power, need a minimum of $5,800 just for buying power for gold, which is not affordable for many of us. Well, first off, that's true of a lot of these different types of games, especially the collectible trading card games. But where we're different than, say, Magic or Pokemon is that you can rent cards. So yeah, it might be expensive to go get and purchase collection power, but you don't have to own everything. And so I actually think this game is more attainable and achievable than basically anything else that's of this scope or scale, because you can just rent individual cards so inexpensively. As for, do I think Chaos Legion will move the cost? I can tell you what the cards will sell for when we sell them, but I can't tell you what the market prices will be and whether that will be up or down. A lot of that depends on in circulation, how quickly these things come in, how quickly we grow. If we add 7 new guilds overnight, then, it's even worse for how many people are around. And if, half the players leave suddenly, then there's lots of cards around. So you never know. Like, I don't have a crystal ball. My goal is to grow the game. But I can't tell you where pricing will be. All I can tell you is that, $5,800 can be a lot of money for a lot of people. And fortunately, you don't actually have to spend that. You can get by with just using rentals. So that's it for the development questions. Here's some suggestions and requests. Any chance we could get a new roadmap for 2022 to help visualize what is ahead and when to expect everything to be ready? That's fair. We would like to get a roadmap out. I think that my last road mark, or my last checkpoint, was can we get through an end of season cleanly? And really, the first one that we've gotten through super cleanly was this last one, and that's when we had 500,000 accounts playing. So we had it be the biggest we've ever done, and we got through it. So I think we're finally caught up on technical debt, which hopefully makes it easier for us to go anticipate what the future is going to look like, and that we can start planning out more feature development and roadmap things. Because as long as DevOps is on fire, there is no future roadmap. Everything is nope. We don't care. All we care about is making these servers run. But now, since we're a little bit beyond that, I think we can get to that. I hope that before the end of the year, we can publish sort of a 2022 roadmap. Whether or not we'll do all of it or every aspect, I don't know. It's a map, not a promise. But that's something
can I throw in one little comment on this?
Yep.
Also, too, so where we're at from a technology standpoint, guys, is we've gotten the game stable, like Aggie said, technology, but we're still have a couple more weeks between now and Aggie's kind of giving you the rough schedule where we're headed. The next couple of weeks with the team is still building out more capacity for Chaos Legion. So the team is still rapidly scaling up, and both in people, but also tech. And then we're going to be in parallel, like Aggie's saying, doing the roadmap, and you guys will see that. So just bear with us these next couple of weeks, because we're pre-firefighting Chaos Legion right now on the dev side, which is the best way to tell you guys. You guys, it feels calm right now for the most part. I know we have some bumps and stuff this week, but it wasn't that bad. But we're in the calm right now, but we know Chaos Legion is doing. So what we're doing internally, pre-gaming. So we're getting ahead of the curve, getting ready, the tech. And we got some really tight deadlines, and a lot of people are working really hard to make that happen. So just bear with us towards the end of the year as we head to our Chaos Legion. But roadmaps and all of that are coming. It's planned. They're going to be pretty. You guys are going to like them. You'll get more communication from us. Chatter's on board. By the way, I just want to mention this. I've been working with Chatter all week, and man, we got such an excellent director of growth and marketing on our team. Chowder's a great guy. Just give him a great shot. He's working really hard with the existing team and helping them grow and build out. And we got some other cool things on that front coming for you. But just throw that real quick in there.
All right. When we move to Wild and Modern, could you have the season ends be every other week for Modern and every other week for Wild, so that top players can do season end rush hour for both and not have to choose one or the other in the final hours? This would also keep distribution of reward cards steady instead of spiking the market every 15 days. That sounds pretty good to me. I'm good with that. All right, these are more random AMA questions. Can you make Zendesk tickets viewable? This will give the ticket reporter visibility on the current status of their concern. What do you think of
that one? So guys, on the support side, we're experimenting with a public knowledge base that you guys will be able to see, and live chat. We're looking at upping our game across the board on support. It's going to be huge. Like, just give us a couple of weeks. The team is trying to resolve the tickets and grow at the exact same time. So you guys got to understand, those guys are closing tickets as fast as they can. And I've also asked them, hey guys, we need to get more mature in how we support the game. So not only are they trying to resolve your tickets, but they're also trying to grow the tech and how we resolve the tickets and how we handle you. And to that question, yes, we are going to have a public-facing knowledge base with questions and answers, and that's going to be developed up and grown up, and we're going to have ways for you guys to see your tickets, and it won't just be an email. It's all coming. I promise you. The maturity on the support side. Give me a couple of weeks. Matt said it best. 3 to 6 months. You look back, it's going to be night and day. I promise.
Nice. All right. So I think we need more crucial features to push the importance of SPS, the governance token in the game. One of my suggestions is that we can let the new players buy the spellbook by SPS. So you already can buy the spellbook by SPS, but mostly new players don't come with SPS. So that isn't a super sensible suggestion, but I guess what I'd say is, yes, we certainly intend to build more and more of SPS into the game. Is it possible to get rid of leaderboards? It seems like some of the highest tier players stay in lower leagues to reach leaderboards. I know there's a push for incentive to climb to higher leagues, but the leaderboards kind of stifle that. No, we like the leaderboards. We want competition. We better improve the leaderboards if things aren't working than just say, no, we'll scrap it. But that kind of competitiveness is definitely great for this game. And in fact, if anything, I want to improve the leaderboards so that when we get to end of the season, I hope to be able to stream them and be able to be like, oh, Yasik is fighting Byzantinus right now. Let's go look at how those matches are going as we get down to the final countdown of who's actually going to win. Like, that's all really exciting stuff. Why would you want to rip that out? You're nuts. All right, I know there's been multiple people with issues after transferring SPS from external wallets to the in-game wallet, causing many of us to lose out on potential vouchers and SPS staking rewards. I myself had mine not appear for 2 days before the voucher launch. Will we be compensated for the inconvenience? Most likely not. I mean, the reality is, like, these things happen. This is part of blockchain. The nodes go down, servers go down. Some of that is public infrastructure. These are some of the risks that come with the rewards of doing this. You were not, it's funny, like, your vouchers were airdropped to you. You didn't buy them. That voucher is not something that, like, has financially hurt you in the same way. It's just you didn't get as rich as you hoped in that period. But, we do everything we can to maintain whatever infrastructure we can to make this game operate as smoothly as possible. But I'm going to say those are just kind of known risks of blockchain. Not everything works every single time. And as we grow, there will be challenges, and that's just part of the ecosystem and industry.
Well, and I will say, can I throw one more? Yeah, we're going to do a lot more transparency about, movements from the game and into the game as much as we can. And I'm not promising when it'll happen, but I can tell you it's on our radar to make that transparency of when you move assets around, that exactly what's going on as best we can. Now, we can't see other chains necessarily, but I can tell you we can definitely improve internally the way that's happening, so you guys have clarity. And also, I can promise you, which is already going into effect this week, is we're getting much more tighter, like I mentioned before, on bridges and trying to get ahead of those problems so there aren't the delays. So we're working on it.
Hello, I'm an international business student in the last year of my studies, and I'm looking for an internship to finish my studies. Is the Splinterlands team looking for some help, non-code related, and how can I get in touch with you? I have hired interns in the past. It's a little rough these days. Maybe I'd look at having a couple around, but it's not my highest priority. But if there's some people that want to do some free labor, I guess I'd look into it. All right, moving on to Chaos Legion questions. Does the non-vouchered pack sale start as soon as the 2 million packs that are vouchered are distributed, or when the packs are bought? Yeah, I don't know if it's like immediately. We typically need like a little bit of time to switch, but I don't think there's going to be a big delay between the first million, the second million, or the second 2 million, I should say, and then the final bulk sale. I think there's little gaps, but we're not aiming for like months and months between them. When buying in bulk without vouchers, do you need vouchers at the time of the purchase to get the bonus packs? Yes. Or can you use vouchers later to get the bonus packs? No. In the last public sale phase, where vouchers aren't required anymore, will all 10 million Chaos Legion packs be available immediately for purchase, or will they be metered out over time as well? So no, we're moving away. It's going to be 12 million packs, not 10 million packs. And we're moving away from the metering for the general sale. The general sale is meant to allow newer players to get in. There's no more early incentives the same way that there were before. So we're going to go from giving everybody a chance that's already in the community to letting everybody participate. And there are people that are saying this will sell out in minutes. I hope not. We want this to last for months and months. If it does last all that time, then maybe we're going to have to go like rethink this and put more vouchers in for longer. But I don't think that they're going to sell out in minutes. And I'm the head of FOMO. There's a non-zero chance it does, but we'll see. But there should be a bunch of packs that become available, and they will be a bit.
Can I just jump in and say bye to everybody? I got to run. But thanks for listening and being a part of this and all that stuff. I also just want to give a quick shout out to Blueit. You guys is a longtime community member who is in the audience today, and you guys ever happen to be in the New Jersey Shore area, check out Conquest Comics, which is his comic book shop, and it's awesome.
Woohoo! Yeah, Blueit's great. Okay, in the last public sale phase where vouchers aren't required anymore. Oh, we just answered that. If not all 1 million pre-sale packs are purchased within the pre-sale period, and the 1 million milestone will only be reached afterwards, will the first 1 million packs still get all airdrop rewards? I don't know. Actually, Matt, can you answer that real quick? Did you hear that before you go? I think we just lost Matt. We're going to have to save that for next. And maybe that's a question for Cryptomancer for exactly how that gets implemented, because that shouldn't be that big of a gap between them, but it's a fair question, and I'll answer it hopefully next time. Will people who buy packs in the last 7 days have all the pre-sale benefits? Yes. SPS questions. For the next 2 million packs, will we see the SPS cap reduced from 1 million down to 500,000 or less to help more evenly spread the vouchers out to newer players while still holding the value for SPS holders? That is not currently the plan. Are there plans to impose a small tax on renting purchasing cards using SPS in order to minimize the decline of value of SPS while waiting for it to have other utility? That's not currently the plan. When will SPS purchases for Chaos Legion start counting for the affiliate program? Currently, Chaos Legion packs bought with credits generate affiliate rewards, but packs bought with SPS do not. Well, if you buy them directly with SPS, I don't think that they do, but that's because there's the discount. If you buy credits with the SPS, then they do. So pick which one of those you want.
Was there a question? I was informed there was a question.
Yeah. So if not all 1 million pre-sale packs are purchased within the pre-sale period, and the 1 million milestone will only be reached afterwards during the double voucher rewards period, will the first 1 million packs still get all airdrop cards? Right. So we're probably only going to sell 950,000 packs. More than 1 million packs will go out, but what happens to when's the cutoff for getting the first million or getting all the pre-sale pack bonuses? How does that work?
Well, Dr. Blight will only be available or you only have a chance of getting the Dr. Blight card if you purchase the packs during the pre-sale period. So, I mean, honestly, if like only 100,000 packs were sold during the pre-sale period, then there would be very, very few Dr. Blight cards. But after that, then it's after the next million packs are sold. So once we get the 2 million total sold, that the next airdrop will count. So any I guess, if you buy during the pre-sale period, regardless of whether they're sold out or not, you have the chance of getting Dr. Blight and everything after that. And then afterwards, if you buy before 2 million total packs are sold, you'll get you'll be eligible for all of the airdrops from then on. Does that answer the question?
I think so. Good enough for me for now. All right, I'm going to keep moving. When will SPS purchases for Chaos Legion start counting for the affiliate reward? Sorry, guys said they do if you use SBS to purchase credits. When vouchers end after the 2 million pack sale, anything planned to keep SBS staking worthwhile besides the APR? Voucher drops continue maybe to hold on to for the first year without a better reason to stake SBS. It's quite possible that SBS goes back down to 20 or 30 range. And the idea is to combat this. Well, yeah, I mean, the whole plan is to go implement tons more of the SPS white paper that includes staking for liquidity pools, staking for battle rewards, staking for, I don't know, all the other things, getting more promo pieces that go along with the vouchers. There's just lots of things that we hope that ends up being a part of this. So, I can't tell you what prices will be, who knows, but I can tell you that if you want the coolest stuff in this game, it's going to require vouchers. More voucher questions. So when calculating when the vouchers end on the 2 million vouchers after pre-sale, do the bonus packs count against this total or the next total 15 million packs? I think we're going to drop 2 million vouchers, and so it will be independent of the bonus packs. So you'll get bonus packs too. So we'll sell a little bit more than 2 million in the second phase here. Do we know how many bonus packs per voucher yet? I would really like to see one voucher unlock at least 10 bonus packs for the last 2,000 pack bundle. No, it doesn't work like that. During the pre-sale periods, either the first 3 million packs that we sell, you're going to be required to buy packs with a voucher, and then you get the bonus packs without them. After that, it'll be the opposite, where you get to you don't need a voucher to purchase a pack, but if you're buying in bulk and you want the bonus packs to actually be received, you have to spend vouchers to get them. How long will the second voucher airdrop last? We're expecting that to be a month. The pre-sale will last for a month, but how about this one? It's both. The first pre-sale will be 1 month long and the second pre-sale will be 1 month long. Are there going to be only 2 million additional vouchers for the second pre-sale, or voucher drops going to continue after that, since I'm assuming it will be used? Yeah, vouchers aren't going away. The economics of it might be a little bit different as we keep going, but it'll keep going away. Or it's not going away, sorry. I guess this keeps going. I'm assuming that it will be used for Rift Watchers and Rebellion. That's correct. If this continues, people might keep their SBS to stake to earn more voucher for the next sets, keeping at least the expected crash to not be that dire or even a little. Yep, we'll see. But if you want cool stuff from the game, you're going to want your vouchers. Is the voucher system going to continue after the pre-sale? Mention that. For airdrop, does it matter if I bought 1 pack or 10 packs? In this example, by buying 10 packs, will I be more likely to get the 14 airdrop cards? Yeah, the more packs you buy, the more likely it is that you'll get all the airdrops. All right, these questions are a little bit more random. And actually, I don't know how many of the general question stuff we're going to get to. I think we have to leave in 10 minutes here. So, all right, so I'm going to try to power through these questions, and then maybe I guess we're going to answer these next week, because I don't think I'll have time for questions because I only have 10 more minutes and I got a page here. We'll see. Are there any copies left of the paper hardback version of the Splinterlands Encyclopedia for sale? They're not for sale. We might go print them again. If so, where can I get one? We should probably release the PDF of that now, and maybe we'll let people print their own. It's hard to go print that stuff in bulk, and it's not really the core business here. But I know a couple of people want them. To be put back into bronze when you have placed in silver is no good. Are there plans to change this? Make it where you can't win the rewards without getting wins in silver, but don't knock me back to bronze? Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the thing where, you got to battle and earn your way in. That's just how this game works. Can we have the option to permanently burn our ghost cards and in return get a boost to DEC SPS rewards? Probably not. I think that if anything, we might do away with ghost cards after some amount of time that you've owned them, but there's currently no plans to sort of do any of that. What should we do if concerns are not being acted on for a considerable amount of time, weeks to a month on a Zendesk ticket? Reaching out to the identified person in charge does not seem to work either through Zendesk or DM. I guess you can message me, and I'll sometimes filter those and sometimes ask for patience. Can you settle once and for all? Was letting DEC value go up loads a mistake or by design? And happy to let markets market on DEC. So, we built the white paper, and I guess if I was going backwards in time, I would say, hey, maybe it shouldn't be 1 point per DEC. Maybe it should be a little bit less. But there's no way that we can go look with any kind of clarity and say, oh well, if we do it this way, it will 10x or 15x the value of DEC. So we certainly didn't mean, we wanted it to like hold its value easily, but we didn't expect it to go 15x. But once we did it and once it was out, I'm not going back and being like, whoa, we're changing all the rules, because that's just not how you build stable economies. So we just let it ride. And
Hey,
we're not interventionists.
Agrode.
Yeah.
On that, something that somebody asked me about is some of the places in the game we have set DEC prices for certain things, and obviously with the price going up, it's gotten a lot more expensive to do certain things in the game. Is that something we're considering reevaluating since the DEC price has changed?
Some of them, we don't want to do that. We'll do market. That's generally considered just doing market prices. And I think when we do Chaos Legion packs, like if you look on the site now, you're getting market values for DEC. And this has been a long running conversation between Matt and I of, do we accept it at exactly 0.001 or do we allow it to fluctuate? And my answer has always been, we should accept it at a minimum of 0.001. And that's what I've been saying. And I think we're finally there. The one exception to that is guilds, because the people that have bought their guilds, I don't want to make that super cheap for everybody. The people that got there and put in their time and put in the effort, they deserve to have the guilds. And if I were to go back and change the pricing on everybody else, that wouldn't be fair to the people that have put it in now. And so no, I'm not going to intervene on that, because it's not fair to the people who have already bought. So you can either do it now while it's more expensive, or you can potentially wait until things are a little bit calmer in the DEC price, but I'm not looking to just drop it. One option might be to get a second kind of guild where, it's not eligible for SPS rewards or something, but that's a lot more extreme and not something that I necessarily want to do. And it's just not like good dev time spent, I don't think. So, all right.
Thank you.
What should we do if concerns? Nope, just answered. Considering Splinterlands is still battling against server issues for some time now, and no major marketing is going to begin until the war is won, is there any concern that Splinterlands may get left on the wayside whilst others, even without tangible products, cash in on the recent marketing hype moves before us? I mean, we're still growing. We're still doing really well. And I've done zero marketing. So, any game that gets any kind of traction is going to go through the exact same stuff that we have. You're going to build this beautiful game and you get all this art, it all works perfectly, and then you try to run it in production or upgrade it in production, and you're going to get your butt handed to you. Like, this is a battle-tested team, and I know that we've been through some hell, but we got a couple twitches in our eyes and stuff as we look at people, but we have that kind of experience now, which I think is so critical in this ecosystem. And no, I'm not worried about getting left behind. If anything, we are light years ahead of everybody else. I mean, there's basically two games that have any kind of traction, and it's us and Axie. Axie has prices that are through the roof, and it's really hard to get in. And so anybody that really wants to come in and have it be a little bit less expensive than what you're seeing, Splinterlands is a way to go. And I'd also say that just like the level of complexity in the game is just so much different. You're not just playing PvP or PvE 20 times a day with the same three, cards here. It's really much more robust than that. So in a lot of ways, I think we are like far beyond everybody else. And I saw that at nft.nyc where there's lots of, hey, this is what we're going to be doing. Hey, give us some money. We're going to be doing this. And not a whole lot of, here's my screen with my currently functioning game that currently distributes prizes in the blockchain. So no, I don't think we're going to left behind. All right. Recently, another crypto game got invested to the tune of 500 mil valuation without really any USPs, and not even started working on the game mechanics yet, but cashing in on pre-sale NFTs. Their investors will be happy to wait, where ours expect more immediate results. I guess is we're way further down the line. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens in crypto. The most likely result is either through raising money or through selling NFTs. You make a lot of money and then later deliver nothing. We make money and we deliver stuff, and I think that's what makes us pretty different. What causes Brawl phrase to flee? Is it rental timeouts, cards no longer being available, or is it purely bad luck that we can't influence? Richard, anything you want to chime in for that one? Fleas and brawls, source problems of that?
Some of that's due to the server issues that we've been working on. So we're working hard on that. So I think with that, just give us a little patience and let's see what shakes out. Because the whole battle engine itself is something we're going to be supercharging and add some nitro in there to be able to be a lot more stable, more consistent. So just bear with us. I think that's a good place to land there.
Is there any chance the resource credits will not decrease if any rental didn't happen? No, because you still put the transaction cost on the blockchain. So that's just built into Hive. That's not Splinterlands based. If we have several copies of a card at different levels, can we choose which level card we want to play in a battle? I think you can. I believe that's possible, but all right, guild membership and management are becoming very important, but there's still no guidelines for the best way to approach it. Issues that are arising that I'm aware of include members not participating in daily quests because they've rented out all their cards. Yeah, that's a good reason to kick somebody. Members filling brawl slots they can't compete in just to get the merits of the participation merits. Yep, that's something that your guild leader should kick them out of the brawl for, and maybe even the guild for. Players guild surfing to take advantage of discounts and bonuses while avoiding paying guild fees. Yep, that kind of stuff happens. It's hard to get good people. And guard leadership is lacking structure. The titles mean little and carry little or too much responsibility, which isn't organized to delegate any particular responsibility to the person holding the position. Yeah, I'd like to see our guild system get another upgrade and make it more like a DAO that people can control and do things with. So I'd like to see that happen. It's kind of on me to help design and then get that into the hopper for what we want the dev team to build and how creatives should go make it look. So literally, now that I'm back from NFT NYC, I'm putting my design hat on a lot more and stepping back a little bit from sales to try to get more things on the shelf that the dev team can pick apart and say, okay, we want to do this next. We want to do this next. And these are things that are not just like tiny little miniature, little buttons here and little tweaks there. The dev team can handle that. They don't need me to pop in. But when we get into like full-on designs, then it's like, I kind of kick off this process. We get creative involved, dev involved, and we start the whole assembly line on what we want to build in next. So we'll be doing that. So this one's kind of weird. I know it's an AMA and we didn't get to, just everybody in the audience's questions, but I have to take off, and I know that my whole part of the whole back office has to head out of there. So
hey, just real quick, Aggie, Azaria had a really quick plug that she wanted to get in here before we jump off. So I'm going to unmute her.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I got her. Hey, Azaria, are you there?
Hi.
Hey, give us a plug real quick.
All right, real quick, we have some really cool NFTs on Splinter Talk. I put some in there. We have some animated NFTs. Every Friday, we post the Chaos Legion story, and then throughout the week, we post 5 NFTs that relate to that story. So there's 2 that I put in there, and then I'm going to put in the link to our whole gallery so you can go check it out.
Thank you so
That's it.
much.
Yeah, when's the next one going to be? Normally we do 2 p.m., but I got a call that I can't move. So I guess we'll do it at noon on the 12th. So let's go try that. So next one, noon on the 12th. So hopefully somebody can type that into chat here. But same thing as always. Just want to say thank you to the player base. Thank you to our community. Thanks for being part of this. We're growing. I'm hoping to onboard some guilds. We have a whole bunch of movement on the marketing team. We have some absolutely gorgeous design from the creative team. We're catching up on some of the technical debt from all this growth. Maybe even caught up, and now we're starting to look forward and say, how do we get all this more games, more products, more tools, more convenience features all live? How do we improve our support? And then how do we grow as an org? And those are all the things that we are currently working on. And I would just say that we're in a really good position. So thanks for being part of this community. Thanks for listening in. Sorry I don't have time for more questions, but we're trying to figure out as we're growing how to go keep all the AMA stuff working. So if you have questions and you want to make sure that they get answered, the best way to do it is after this AMA, come in, leave your questions, and we'll get that stuff written up and put out there, and there you go. Anyways, thanks everybody. Thanks for being here, and thanks for joining us on the AMA. Bye.
Yay.
See you guys.